sectors where Lagos State government has achieved considerable progress and transformation is in waste management. With a population density of 4,193 persons per square kilometers, generating about 10,000 metric tons of waste daily, it is a fact that refuse management in a place like Lagos should pose a big challenge. This journey of transformation began in 1999 when the sector came under comprehensive reforms with the reorganization of the Lagos Waste Management Authority, Lawma. Since then, several innovative ideas were introduced which has turned around the waste management challenge to several opportunities for wealth creation. These opportunities include private sector participation (PSP) in waste collection, conversion of waste to organic fertilizer and plastic pellets, dedicated management of medical and hazardous waste, including extraction of biogas at Olusosun dump site, amongst others. At the inception of Governor Akinwumi Ambode's administration, one of its promise was continuous reforms in the public service. The civil service is to be strengthened and made to respond to the needs of all citizens in the same manner quality services are rendered in the private sector. On State on Focus tonight, our searchlight is beamed on Lawma and the agency's plan on managing waste in conformity with the new direction being advocated by the present administration.
How will you describe Lawma when you assumed office as the managing director, sir?
You know, I was in Lawma before. I left Lawma about 10 years ago. So coming back now, I think I met Lawma at a higher level compared to what I left behind. And I can say it's like being prepared for your going to a higher level. The last regime has done a lot by establishing the rules, the processes towards achieving that goal that we are looking for. But we have not been able to be there for so many reasons. One, our technology has not allowed us to get there. Two, the attitude of our people too is another thing that has been a problem. And three, finance is also part of it because it costs a lot. Not only in Nigeria, it's everywhere in the world. However, if it is properly managed, there are a lot of benefits, both economically and environmentally. To talk about the attitude of the people, is the duty of care through which we will be able to manage the waste as it should be managed. That means when you generate waste, don't just throw it anyhow. In the market, to every shop owner, there should be a waste basket by the side or waste bag, depending. Inside the commercial vehicles or buses, there should be, all of us will recollect now that thing used to be there before. But we are talking about creating it as a culture. So that's number one task that we have at this moment for all of us. And we want to do this one in collaboration with the First Men First, two, the market associations, the transport workers associations, the local governments, because everybody is concerned now.
Now, you've spoken about your visions. You have also spoken about some strategies for achieving these visions.
Yeah.
The question I want to ask is that there have been complaints about PSP operators not showing up for weeks in certain areas, to cut away this waste. What are you doing to make sure that the operators are up to their task, sir?
We have been holding meetings with them. I think since I received now, I've had 2 meetings with the service providers. We call them service providers. Not only even the PSP, those who are in charge of sweepers, those who are in charge of marine waste, and all those that are in charge of our activities, we have met. And specifically, we met with the PSP, that's those carried away the waste from the houses. We met them and we have made them to realize this. Although they have complaints, majorly the area of payment, that they have challenges in getting the payment from the people. But going by the intention of the state government, that there should be no waste anywhere at all, we have to make them to realize that there are 2 different things. your own duty is one. The duty of the people is another one. So first of all, perform your own duty. If you don't perform your own duty, there's not how we can be holding people responsible for payment when you are not performing. But if you are performing, every hand will be put on ground to be sure that the payment is done, which we are prepared. And they gave us their assurance. Even some of them, their leaders, even had personal meeting with me that yes, they are ready to. And we all equally have people that will be monitoring them, so that these people will be able to, anybody that is not performing, we even discuss it to that level that if you are not performing and the record comes to us repeatedly, there's nothing we have to remove him and put another person there. So for now, that's what we are doing. However, we also try to see how we can help them, because they all go together, give and take. If you want somebody to perform, also support him with all that is necessary to get the performance done.
Okay, so another question, sir, is in the state as of today, what we have is individuals cleaning the streets, and unlike the practices in developed countries where you have machines, clean the streets. Now you've talked about deploying machines, deploying technology. Is this street cleaning one of the areas to expect, introduction of machines, sir?
When you go out of Nigeria to other parts of the world, there's no mega city in the world where you see people on the street, or particularly on the highways in particular, in the way we do our own here. But at least we need to start from somewhere. That's why we have to appreciate the initiative. It has made the city to be quite different from how it used to be. So the next step is to see how we can improve. And the improvement is how we can deploy machine to do this. Technology is important in waste management. Once you have equipment, no problem. Go to all these big cities we are talking about in the world, which we are competing with. We are mega city. Go to Tokyo, it's a mega city in Japan. Go and see the number of equipment and industry that they have been able to establish from waste management. And this gives them a lot of income economically. So the target of this administration will be at least the local content will not be less than 40%, between 40 and 50, so that the sustainability and maintenance of such facility will be very easy and cost effective. Because right from the design level to the fabrication and to the commissioning, if we participate as other part of the world do, you will see that we'll be able to do what we like. And when we are talking of mechanization of the work, it's not that people will be laid off of their duty. They are the one who will even maintain the machines themselves too. So they will still get job to do. It's only in the mechanized form. Because truly, if you see the number of accidents that do happen, you won't like it. But as I've said, we have to start from somewhere. Which the innovative idea of putting the street sweeper on the road is an excellent one. But we have to work on it, improve it, and raise it to a higher level through mechanization. And in the workshop already, a research is going on. Not long a time, you will see the sample of what you are talking about. Okay,
one of the questions I also want to ask quickly, sir, is the fact that for a state that generates about 13,000 tons of waste
yes,
daily, that's a lot. And
sure.
turnaround time for waste sorting and clearing is quite important.
Yes.
The question is, do you think we have enough waste transfer stations in the state?
No, we don't have enough. We don't have enough. In other cities of the world, a mega city like this, they even divide the cities into the sub-city. That at the end of the day, the waste management of that area may not be even cater more than like 500,000 people. But like a TLS at Lagos Island, you can see the millions of people that from that axis, Lagos Island, Etiosa, all done like that. There's no other TLS something there, transfer loading station there, than that only one. So we don't have enough. But what we want to do now, all the ones that will be coming up, like the one that they are just concluded one at Agege, we want to put sorting system there so that we'll be able to sort the waste and reduce the quantity that will be going to landfill. And when we even sort it again, the recyclable one, we go to the recyclable plants so that we'll be able to reduce the quantity that goes to landfill and the trouble of going to landfill. So the TLS will need more, and will, God's willing, do more. When we do this one, when we provide more, those ones will be even in collaboration with the private participant, PSPs, so that the cost will not be on government alone.
Okay. Now, quickly, sir, I don't know if you have that plan in the immediate. There have been some of these waste-to-wet plants put in place close to landfill sites.
Yeah.
But we have seen that in Solos, Igondo, we've seen that here in Olusosun. But right at Abule Badom site, we still have instances of indiscriminate burning of refuse with those landfill sites and with their attendance consequence. In the immediate, sir, what do you think you can do to reduce or eliminate indiscriminate burning of refuse?
The Abule Egba site is being closed for operation, but I know that waste that I have accumulated there, and under such a condition, there are a lot of gases under it, because methane gas is generated. So these are the things that sometimes when it gets loophole. So another problem is that this waste, when they are put there, they are heterogeneous waste. That means it contains waste of different kind. The bottles are there, the metals are there, the organic ones are there. The organic one generates the methane, and through the opens like this, sneak out. So with the pressure, the temperature is high, then this leads to, not that anybody is putting fire there, it's as a result of that. But in interim, what we are trying to do in order to prevent that kind of a thing is to cover the whole place with the laterites. When we do this one, we shut down, that means the oxygen is being shut down. When the oxygen is shut down, there cannot be fire. Though the temperature, because there are things that makes the fire. The air, that means oxygen, the fuel itself, the temperature, the oxygen, and the fuel. But when you eliminate one of these, there will be no fire. And the one that we can eliminate now is the oxygen through the coverage. So we will cover something and make sure that we are protected.
All right. Now, talking about the deployment of machines, which is your core area and which we have laid much emphasis.
Yes.
And of course, as it relates to waste to weight, those plants, we've seen the plants on the organic fertilizer. We've seen that of plastic pellets. We've also seen that of extraction of gaseous plants, from pollution site. Yeah. The question is, what other areas are we looking at in terms of deployment of these machines, to create wealth? Make as emphasis the tire recycling, plan.
Yeah.
Of the agency, sir.
The tire, let's take it from there. The tire recycling program is, first of all, collection of the tires, used tires across the state, then shredding them. After the shredding, how do we use the product? We are trying to, in collaboration with the Lagos State Public Works Corporation, PWC, at Ojodu, we are trying to work together, including through the Ministry of Works, so that their asphalt plant will be able to use this one as one of the raw materials that will be fed in and to produce the asphalt materials for the road construction. In fact, that's one of the best way of using this kind of product, which the state is working upon now. The PWC, Ministry of Works, and Lawma and the Ministry of Environment. So we are all working together towards that one. The other area, because in waste management, turning to waste to wet, which as we normally say, is the first thing is to extract the energy, using this energy to fuel the plant in order to generate electricity. That's the next thing we are thinking about doing. And because this waste we are burying in the landfill contains a lot of energy, which we want to be harvesting and extract for that purpose. So the first step we are trying to do, as I said in my discussing earlier, is to actually do the waste, what we call waste characterization. That's where we'll be able to sort, to know the quantity of our waste that is plastic. What is the quantity that is organic? What is the quantity that is paper? What is the quantity that is leather? So now we'll be able to know the quantity of energy, because it is the different quantity of energy that are in it. The organic has less, while the plastic and nylon have higher. So by the time we're able to know this one, we know how to move forward. But one step before the other.
Okay. How committed is this administration to waste management, to all these dreams, all the ideas, all the visions you have pushed for? You are pushing forward, sir.
The state is very, very committed. In fact, more than committed. And the brief from His Excellency to the Minister of Environment and to us as Lawma is fantastic. And they are even pushing us. We are not moving fast enough in their own side, but there's a limit that everybody can do, every organization can do. They are committed in every aspect of waste management. All these things that we are talking about are well known to them. Fortunately, well, maybe I may say, HE is also, he has been privileged to be part of Lawma before, and he knows very much of it, and he has worked with different administrations. That makes him to have, waste management is not a new thing to him again. It's also part of it. And the PS is also from environment, myself from waste management before. So everybody is committed, highly committed.